try and get back to camp before dark.
Moreton Island. We just can't believe that it's only a stone throw from Brizzy, and neither can Cody from CJC.
Pulling up to Moreton Island on the ferry and seeing the ramp go down and everyone disperse on the island, for something that just seemed like such normal life to an Australian 4x4 enthusiast, with some kind of blend of a local island mixed with Hawaii, mixed with Jurassic Park when you're coming off the boat and there's just trees and greenery everywhere. Like, it was such a cool experience, and everyone just so casual, like, oh, hang a right, that's where we're going. And
with so many places like this in Australia, maybe this is why Big Dog Builds are so busy building people's dreams. This might just answer Cody's question. What the bloody hell is going on down under?
So we got up this morning, I think everyone was pretty blown away with the view from the house. We rolled in late the night before, so waking up, seeing how nice the weather was, the whole bay was just beautiful, and Crispy decided to take his boat off the roof. I think he had a little bit of insider knowledge from one of the other guys that's been here on the island, the few low-lying trees near the Moreton Bay oysters. So we got the boat off the roof, a little bit of teamwork involved there. Being a new build for Crispy, this is definitely a shakedown trip for him. So we got the boat off the roof, we headed south, and it was just magic. The weather's been shocking. No, I'm just kidding. It's bloody amazing. So I don't think we could have picked a better day or month or time of the year, really. So we had a little bit of rain last week, but it's definitely opened up and turned it on for us.
you know, the weather is probably close to America's Florida, but a little hot, a little muggy some days, but nothing. I actually thought it was gonna be much worse, to be honest. I think, you know, I was prepared to basically dehydrate and die every day, because again, I just pictured the outback and red dirt. So it hasn't been too bad.
Along the way, the boys ran into this big dune. And naturally, what do you do when you see a big dune? Oh yeah, that's right. You walk up the thing and run back down. We're simple creatures, really.
Oh no. Really? Dean, they didn't get the footage, mate. You're going to have to go up again. Third time lucky.
I think the customer base that's come over, the 5 customers' vehicles that we've recently built up at Big Dog Builds, everyone's here for the same reason. We just love getting these trucks out, enjoying what Australia has to offer, and showing that to Cody has just been really, really cool. So the way we build these trucks up for the customers, we definitely understand what they're chasing. So not everyone's setup's the same. We really ask them what they want the truck build for, if they're towing, if it's just a weekend warrior, and really steer them into A, the right vehicle, and B, the right way to set up that vehicle. So there's not one build that's really the same. Everyone likes to be a little bit different in these trucks, and we really like doing that at Big Dog Build. So we rolled into Moreton Bay Oysters. I think we got the owner there, which was pretty special. He gave us a quick little rundown on what their operation was and how many oysters came through. I think it was 3 million oysters in one season, which was just insane. So having the rundown on their operation, how they operate, and was just, pretty cool to watch as well. Hey mate, Dean from Big Dog Builds, how are you?
How are you?
Cody?
G'day, Cody.
We've brought some pretty big American trucks here.
I know, I'm glad to see them too, because they clear the tracks from the little highlights. No more scratches, you know?
That's it. So the wider we get, the easier the track is for you guys.
Exactly.
It's like getting better and better, as long as we don't get tourist bus size.
Yeah, they're awesome
we'll
looking machines too.
Oh, they are pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Cody's over from CJC Off Road in California.
Right, so extras.
We're showing him how we build these trucks up a little bit differently to what they do back home.
Yeah.
Obviously our canopy setups on the back, they don't really do that a lot. They're usually a fifth wheeler trailer and they tow everything on the back.
Are these things fly by wire? Do they, like when you convert them from?
All different conversions actually. So a lot of different setups. There's a few bigger companies now getting into the behind dash. So you've got your miter boxes with your few uni joints in there, and it's a full remanufacture process now, especially the Chevys coming in through GMSV.
Yep.
Full cab off. They go. They almost would be simpler to rebuild the vehicle here. So if they ever come right-hand drive from factory, I think they'll just get even more popular. But we're doing more and more numbers now. Cody was wondering, what are these Aussies down under doing? So we're over here now, and we've just rolled into, where are we? The Oyster
Moreton
Shack.
Bay Rock oysters, mate.
Moreton Bay Rock Oysters.
Some of this is famous.
I reckon we go for a bit of a walk around, give us a quick little tour, and show us what you do, if you don't mind.
Well, basically, this is the great.
Showing him to the oyster bar was just crazy, like, again, just an indicator of just like Aussie culture, I feel like. Just, we showed up at this guy's business and he was just doing his thing, and he comes out and gives us a full tour, starts talking to us, starts talking about what they do, showing us around, apologizing for not having a bunch of fresh oysters for everybody, and just, it's just crazy. It's just, he didn't even flinch that I wasn't even from here, and just walked out, shook hands, and how's it going, bud?
So old mate, he wouldn't even accept money from us. He was saying that his oysters were too small for sale. But I'll tell you what, we all could have sat there and eaten him out of old stock.
So this is the township of Coringal, southernmost part of Moreton Island. You can access it on high tide by boat. Jace has come over a fair few times. The dentist behind us, off camera. So you can access it by boat. Obviously, and by 4 drive. You got to watch the tides how you get down here, both the western side and the eastern run down. You can get stuck. So watching the tides on any of these islands is a big thing. But it's just a small little township, super cruisy. You just said then it reminds you of Hawaii a bit.
Yeah, it's more like a local town in Hawaii.
We'll just keep following our nose down here and find the gutter bar, get out.
The infamous gutter bar.
So Brisbane City there, look how clear this day is as well. We came out just south of the city there on the barge to come over here. We've been to every part of the island now. This is the southernmost end. I reckon we go hit the gutter bar and get a bucket of prawns for the guys, keep them all happy, and hit that eastern beach.
Feed the machine.
Done, let's do it.
Yeah, pulling up to the gutter bar was cool. I feel like there's a few cool spots like that in the US where we have to like take off-road or unusual, ways of transportation to get to them. So that was just too cool to spend out there and eating some fish and chips and have I just had a cold water that afternoon. It was a little hot and muggy, but the gutter bar was definitely gonna be one of those things I don't forget for the rest of my life.
We finished up a nice casual lunch. We spent a fair bit of good time there, which has been awesome. So Getting around the island, I don't think you can really rush these things, so spending a good amount of time at the gutter bar after the Moreton Bay oysters was pretty cool. We shot over to the eastern beach, and the conditions have been that easy to drive on so far. I think everyone was a little bit taken back when we rolled over one of the sand dunes and there was a few boggings.
Pulling out on the beach this afternoon was a little bit of deja vu. So like the sand dunes for us, you come off a highway and you turn left and you just hit immediate soft sand. And so that was just it today. We came out of the track, that was nice and smooth. So as we came over the crest, I think Timmy came over and he literally just backed off a tiny bit, and the rear end of his 2500 Ram just slid off a tiny little embankment, diffed out, and he knew he was done. So quick Max Trax recovery there for him. And then we had the 1500 up ahead that sort of forgot to put it into forward drive, and as we went to select it into forward drive, he went down in the rear, and by then it was too late. So little two-wheel drive action there, still sorting out the four-wheel drive, and then I think when you put 12,000 pounds of 12,000 pounds of Ram in some soft sand, I think that's someone's gonna get stuck one time. But I think that's actually my first time seeing Max Trax actually get put to use, so that's pretty cool. A couple quick recoveries there was pretty cool. It's no fun unless someone gets bogged. Let's just get at that. So as we got everyone out, we shot up north, and it was pretty cool.
Oh, that was good though. A bit of excitement on the waterline. Get the trucks out of there.
I was watching it the whole time thinking, I know what's going to happen. We're going to get a couple more.
Got to use the extremes, mate.
But you guys worked well in tandem. You snatched out, you fell in, he snatched you back, and that was like, nah, fucking $20 worth of diesel, we're ahead of here.
Teamwork, mate.
It was going.
The tide's coming up. There's some driftwood wood sections just around the corner here. So I think we need to get moving, get around that section so we can head up and we're not stuck by the tide, because we'll be stuck for a few hours otherwise. So let's get into it.
I'll get stuck here if we need to.
It's not a bad spot to be stuck, but yeah, let's get going and get around that driftwood. So as we were recovering a couple of these vehicles, we did know that there was a couple bits that we had to get around while the tide was coming up. So we made sure we didn't waste any time. We got up ahead, and I think Jack then did a little bit of a scouting mission, made sure that we could get around a few of the trees. The last thing we want to do is send one of the ones with a canopy and really get in a sticky situation. So send a scout in front.
Yeah, well, looking at the time, I think it's probably best that we go and have a look now, or we won't get back to camp before dark.
This situation calls for the support crew. Time for me to step up. I could see that the pace that you actually went through on was good, mate. There wasn't that much splash up on the body, so that won't affect anything. You got some major clearance there as well. Yeah. So how does that feel with that tide line coming up on you guys? Managed to stay high and dry a bit?
Yeah, good. There's two little places there, so if we'll quickly just get around that one, time it well, we should be right.
Yep.
Two little trees there that we've got to get around.
Yep.
So I reckon you kick into plan like you've been doing this whole trip.
Yeah.
Get everyone back in the vehicles and we get going before this tide comes up even more.
Yeah, well, don't want to waste any more time here, but we were watching you, and then with your timing, there was a couple of little spots there where it got really tight though, eh?
Yeah, so we just got to tell everyone to make sure they time it, make sure the wave's not high and there's not a big breaker coming in behind.
Easy done, boys. Now let's stretch the legs a little.
it's been so cool to see the four-wheeling and doing what we do at home is kind of a smaller population is almost like a standardized thing here. How if you just have a Patrol, Prado, whatever, all the different models that you guys have here, all you have to need is four-wheel drive, and people can come and spend a vacation or holiday or whatever in a fully immersed off-road experience. I just think it's so cool that it's less like niche or less, almost in a stereotypical way, like reserved for certain people, and it's just a universal part of culture here. It's too cool.
So just pulled up at the Rex, the sun's setting, the weather's just turned it on. Everyone's having a quick beer before we decide what we're doing for dinner tonight. We've got some Australian wildlife, seagulls buzzing over my shoulder, we've got stingrays in the water. Currently on the beach, we got the white sand with the blue water. We thought we'd take Cody out west, only a few hours away. I've got a pretty special property in mind which shows the Australian outback. I think there's going to be some wildlife in store there as well, and I look forward to showing him the difference between the beach and the bush.
Catch myself thinking while we were at the restaurant earlier how hard it would be to move my family down here. I mean, it's just too cool. I love where we live, and obviously there's a million reasons why it'd be very difficult to move. But yeah, this would be something I would definitely like to do and take, send Cole from the States down here, bring down here my family down here and have have this experience, because I feel like this is a bucket list thing in my opinion.
Next time, we switch up the beach for the bush. There's scenic drives, not so scenic drives, but epic swimming spots.